Welcome to On the Fence, the show that's about helping you decide whether or not to spend your hard-earned money on the biggest and possibly best releases. In bite-sized form, Nick.
Hans.
There's only one way to escape the coronavirus, Nick, and that's by going to a deserted island. Much like... which is the...
Are all your openings now for like the next 3 months going to be about the coronavirus?
Which is the plot of Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I did see on Twitter that apparently one of the residents you get will like complains about shortness of breath.
Oh,
for like no reason, like she doesn't understand why. It's just like that's per timing Animal Crossing.
Nick, we are looking at Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yes, Hans, what is Animal Crossing New Horizons?
It is the latest installment in the Animal Crossing franchise. It is a crafting game at heart. Life simulator to an extent, similar in form of Sims, where you collect things, you build things, and you pay off large amounts of debt, which is a terrible thing when you consider that this is a game aimed at children.
Gotta get them used to it. Young and early, Hans.
But yeah, that's it pretty much at its core. You land smack bang in the middle of a deserted island and are tasked with building and populating the island with residents, like make it as attractive and enticing enough that people will also want to follow your suit and join you on the island. You do this by building houses, building attractions such as museums and shops, and all this while still paying your debt to that dastardly Tom Nook. So pretty much at the crux of it, it's still pretty much, you know, just an Animal Crossing game, as the basic core playing stuff is there.
Hans, this is both of our first Animal Crossing games. What jumps out to you?
The format of kind of this game, and I can't really speak too much for the previous games, is it feels a little bit like a mobile game, which is weird for a full £50 release. And when I say that, it's because the resources that you're gathering, so, you know, you do the usual stuff, you chop, you know, trees to get wood, you shake trees to get different wood, you chop rocks to get minerals.
Look at Isabelle to get some wood.
Yeah, that's all the time. My furry persona is called Horrible Hans. Look me up on... What's the furry equivalent?
I have no idea, Hans. That is... Didn't even know that was a site.
Look me up on furball.org. So the reason why I feel like this is these resources actually dry up over time, or the more you excavate them, they dry up over time. So before you know it, especially early on in the game, you've kind of got all the resources you can for that day, and then you use the resources to craft the various things, and then you get these achievements for your Nook Miles, and then that's all grand. But this is the problem with that is you can't really sit down and play this game for like since you wake up right down to when you go to bed, because otherwise you're really struggling to find resources and stuff to do. And that's a bit weird to me. I'm very used to picking up a game, and if I'm really into it, playing it pretty much all day. So the reason why I think this is a bit more like a mobile game is because it kind of encourages you that you have to come back day after day, put in like a couple of hours, and then turn it off. So that's a bit weird to me, and it stops me from getting hooked on it because you kind of break that cycle. You know, like if I'm hooked in a game, you're like me, Nick. You'll sit down and you'll play it just for hours and hours on end. You can't really do that. You can't get hooked into this game because you can only play it for a couple of hours at a time before there's literally nothing to do. So that's a wee bit weird.
I respectively disagree.
Hit me, brother.
When you say hooked, I feel myself hooked in this game, but in a very different way, where like I'm busting like every day to like first thing I do when I wake up is boot up my Switch and like do what I need, like get the new set of tasks for what I need to do that day. And like when I'm on my lunch break and work, what I'm doing is booting up my Switch and like completing out those tasks. Yes, it's not something you can sync dozens and dozens of hours into, like, in a single session. But I'm hooked in the way that, like, yeah, I'm constantly thinking about shit, I need to get back to my town and do stuff and, like, complete these tasks for the day to try and optimize the way I'm playing this.
But I think that shows that this game is definitely not going to be for everyone. In fact, I think it'll be quite polarizing, but we will get to that.
Hans, if I was on the fence about Animal Crossing New Horizons, what would you say to me?
This game is definitely going to be not for everyone, so I feel like if you know what Animal Crossing is and you know that you like it, you're 100% going to pick this up and play it. You need to do a bit of research in this game, whether or not you'll know whether you're going to like it or not. If you're like me and you kind of want to sit down with the game for a couple of hours, play it, and then... or sit down, sink literally half a day into it, and then rock on, that's great. But that's not what this game is. If you're the sort of person who is more into the mobile gaming and are going to be like, yeah, I want to come back to this, like play for a couple of hours and then, leave it for a day and then come back in for a couple of hours, then yeah, you'll absolutely love this game. And it's fun and it's easy to pick up and it's easy to understand. And you do get a weird satisfaction from paying off your debt.
Yeah, because I'll never get that in real life.
So yeah, like, it's definitely not going to... It's a game not for everyone. Like, the best way to compare this to is if you wanted to go play Sims, because you can sit there and you can literally sink hours and hours in the Sims in one go, because there's always something to do in Sims. This is not Sims. So if you're in the Animal Crossing, you'll 100% love this, because it's an Animal Crossing game. But if you're going into here thinking, oh, I want to try a new life simulator, this is not going to be like Sims if that's what you're into. So definitely do your research before you pick it up. Nick, you've also played this game.
Yes.
So Nick, if I was on the fence about Animal Crossing New Horizon, what would you say to me?
I am really digging my time with Animal Crossing New Horizon. Obviously, it is very much tonal whiplash going from Doom to Animal Crossing, but I am...
Oh, could you imagine if I swapped the music tracks in these on the fences?
I am really enjoying it. I am, as I said, busting to play it every day and like get the new tasks for that day and get my town up and running. And it is really fun. I'm really enjoying every aspect of it. I really enjoyed the kind of the resource gathering. I really enjoyed the little quirks to it where you like go to random islands, go to your friends' islands, all that jazz. And overall, yeah, I would highly recommend Animal Crossing. It's not, I think calling it a life simulator is maybe painting it wrong. It's almost more of a town management game, for lack of a better term.
On a very minute scale.
Yeah. But overall, yeah, I am absolutely digging this game and would highly recommend it.
Those are our opinions on Animal Crossing New Horizons. Only available on the Nintendo Switch for $49.99. Thank you very much for joining me, Nick.
No problem.
Hashtag Animal Doom. Hashtag Animal or Eternal Crossing. No, actually Eternal Crossing, so it's fucking dope.